All right, welcome back, folks. We're back here to the Mustang now. And just to let you know, yes, of course you can wet sand enamel. You know, the paints that you had 50 years ago, the double part, triple part, has really nothing to do with the rattle can, the modern enamels we have today. Usually in the directions here, 25 minutes to dry, and that you can handle it in an hour. But when it comes to wet sanding it, color sanding it again for maybe a second coat or certain clear, you really want to wait a few days. At least that's what I do. So a minimum 48 hours. But this one, well, we did this last weekend, and it's just been sitting here since we've done the Camaro. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the top of this, because I'm just going to do a slight change because, well, that's me. I changed my mind. This is, again, very super fine. This is just 6,000 grit, and we're not going to do a whole lot here, all right? We're just going to go across the tops just like this, these edges, where I'm going to lay down another color, and you can really just see that coming off of there, right? It's not clumping up, it's not clogging. See? Just a nice smooth sand right there. There you go. You can just see it film up just like we did with the primer. Okay? Yep. Looking really good. And that's all you're wanting to do, is you're just smoothing this off a little bit. Now, you could clear right over this. I've already color sanded that. And when you run the water across it, that's exactly what the clear is going to look like. So you can do it on these base color enamels like this. With the metallics and stuff, you can't. But with this, you can. That gives you a really good idea. But what we're going to do, we're going to throw another color at this. Like I said, I changed my mind. It happens. So anyhow, yes, you can wet sand. The key is to let this paint cure, to let it fully dry, and then you can sand it safely. And there we have it. That is just super smooth. All I've done is the tops, these areas where we're going to hit it with some fresh paint. As you can see here, we've exposed the defect area. That's what we're talking about working with blems. It was hidden before I wet sanded it, but I just exposed it a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to cover that with this other color of paint. As far as masking goes, you got it. Using a reliable Tamiya, it's good stuff. Yes, other tape works, but there's just something about Tamiya. It just does the job. If you can't find it at your local, you know the deal. You can get it online. And this tape forms well to little crevices like this. I like to use these mini Q-tips right here, and you can press that tape in there and burnish it in these cracks, just like that, and it won't tear. Seals it pretty well. So I used some frog tape there on the bulk areas, so I like using it. It's safe for that. Doesn't seal as good as Tamiya, so I just use it in this case. And I know some folks have talked about paper towels and stuff, but I can tell you, when you're spraying, sometimes you see some fuzzies flying around getting in your paint. Yeah, paper towels are like that. So you could use a plastic bag or regular wrapping paper, but you don't want anything that when you're spraying, can cause things to fly around and get in your paint. Anyway, just a cheap plastic bag does the trick for me. When it comes to this rattle can paint, it says temperatures 55 to 75, and anything out of that range, well, they just can't guarantee the finish, right? Well, it's always been that way. And I almost always put some hot water in a cup like this, place the can in there, at least for about 5 minutes, take it out, shake it up, and do it again. I have a little temperature gauge down here in the ye old Skunk Works, right around 68. So it's pretty nice down here, but it's always just a good idea to warm these cans up, because it really does make a difference when the paint comes out. There we go. I removed the tape right after painting. I don't let it set up, and we've got ourselves a nice edge. Good enough for this old dude. All right, I'll let this dry off a couple days, but I'll take it.